Yoga for healing. What's up? What's up? What's up? Having the last bit of my black water. As I was sitting here meditating, having a conversation. Actually, getting my answers to some thoughts that I was meditating on. And Holy Spirit said, grab your cards, turn on the camera, let's talk about it. I was saying that I can see that the ancestors and spirit guides are zooming in on these copycat energies. There's a message that we need to hear, is what I'm gathering on this, to go in. More clarification on these copycats that are right now getting that butt smacked. Someone that uses passion, adventure, taking action, using their energy and charm in a not so good of intent way. I can say it like that. Male or female? What is it that we need to know, Holy Spirit? We're going to do 3 cards, 3 rows. Possibly 4 cards, but I'm thinking 3. 4 of Cups, a group, more than one. Someone or a couple of someones that you have rejected. So that's giving past energy. Eight of Cups in reverse. Someone that does not want you to gain a new perspective, a better, clearer perspective of what's going on with this 4 of Cups energy. The intent behind it. They don't want you to walk away. They want to continue a cycle, is what this 8 is giving me. But they see that Ouroboros energy within you and your stability. They don't want to see you celebrate, not without them. 10 of Swords. This is leaving them in a 10 of Swords. They realize, whether a group or single, they are in a ruin, a failure, meeting endings of a final collapse of this group, of this family, of this bloodline, of their celebrations, of their gatherings, of them working together. What do we need to know about this 4 of Cups? King of Wands in this group, a part of this group. Someone whose stability is on the line. Someone that was a leader, a visionary, someone that was using their courage, their passion, their wand, thinking that they would gain from it. That was an illusion. An illusion they thought that they had placed you in because they worked together in a group. They thought that they had a lot of choices and you were one of them. Or maybe they thought they had so many ways at coming at you that you would pour into them and they would take all of your energy. And they would prevent you from walking away. Give me one on this 8 of Cups reversed, Three of Swords. They're heartbroken. This is where they wanted you. This sorrow, the grief, the tears, the betrayal, they wanted to see you cry. And they wanted to use love, passion, empathy. But there's a group behind this King of Wands energy, male or female. This is someone that wanted to accomplish this and gain rewards, but have met a Ten of Swords. They wanted luxury rewards, and they were lazy. They wanted to sit on their high horse, wave their wand to the community. I guess it worked on them, but it didn't you. They weren't able to make this accomplishment. Give me one on the Ten of Swords. Eight of Wands. Yeah, they moved real fast to an ending, a ruin. They took that courage, that illusion, that self-illusion that they imprisoned themselves with. They felt comfortable there because they were there with others. Now they're all there in a Five of Cups, in a loss, grief, self-pity, wanting our pity. Really? I don't think so. You had our empathy, you had our love. Because we removed it from you does not mean that we hold hate, anxiety, fear, resentment, any of that sort within us. We're light as a feather. We're at peace, serenity. We're loving ourselves. We're loving the Creator. We're loving the planet. Learning is what I wanted to come out. We are learning. We learned about ourselves. 9 o'clock. 9 on the is what I'm seeing. Number 9. King of Wands, that's a completion. That's the ending of this cycle. Confirmation. That's why I looked at the clock. King of Wands. This King of Wands that was working with this group that's now in sorrow, defeated. 4 of Coins. Trying to hold on to what little illusion that they can. In the 8 of Swords, self-entrapment, holding on to those lies. They built a cage, a complete octagon, surrounding them. They are disempowered, helpless, in great doubt. Three of Swords. They have no more teamwork. There's no more collaboration. They're not able to put any type of work in on you because you're too resilient. You're standing guard, standing your post. Now your energy shows up to say, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I'm with the ancestors. I know who has my back, my front, and both sides, above and below me. You hold the Ace of Cups. You hold love, unconditional love. You hold joy, peace, serenity. You hold your abundance. This has this group feeling some type of way. 8 of Wands, they're trapped in a 10 of Swords, together in a group or solo. Let it be known. Because a lot of these stand-bys that knew what was going on and did nothing are included. And you were warned. You were given the messages. I was one that delivered some. Knight of Cups. This romance that they wanted to use coming in as your knight in shiny armor with an empty cup. It's actually a King of Swords, a shapeshifter. Sometimes shows up as an emperor in reverse, or an emperor until you pull more cards on them and their truth is illuminated. This is someone that lacks self-discipline. They cannot tell the truth to save their own soul, and it has been proven, documented, stated from many mouths, how they are seen. We know their reason. They have none. They hold no authority because this is a King of Swords in reverse energy. This also represents you using your authority and holding your foot down on that neck. Heels or Timberlands. Seduction is what they thought it was. They thought that you could be like them others and say you blame it on the alcohol. But you ain't drinking no alcohol like that. Maybe a little wine. Maybe a little bourbon or scotch or something like that, but not on the regular. Maybe when you're giving it to your ancestors. Maybe when you just want to meditate with them and have one of their favorite drinks. This group they're heartbroken because they know they have no power. And they see you living like you're in paradise. They see your playfulness, how you're enjoying others, however it may be. You feel as though, or you may even look as though you're on a honeymoon phase, like you have a new love. That glow is so vibrant within. They can see it. This deeply saddens them, and they're feeling lost. They're feeling all the spell work going back, and they realize it's a complete breakup. They may be using flowers in their spell work to bring that energy in hugely, to bring more to the forefront, to try to balance out that negative shit is what I'm picking up. They tried to use that to play on those heartstrings, the strings of that piano or tiny violin. They tried many instruments, many tools, but they could not get in. They're not being fulfilled. They're in a Ten of Swords. Because that mask, we see that they're trying to hide their true feelings, pretending as though they're not seen, still trying to gaslight, personify, as though they're the real thing. But they're Snake, sitting in the Ten of Swords, getting the head cut off. Mirror is 9:06 on the clock. 9, 6, reverse it. That 6 would be a 9, that 9 would be a 6. However, that may resonate with you in that duality, that mirror effect. They thought they could mirror you, but they can't. They're only seeing their own self-reflection, being forced to introspect, to see themselves, because in that mirror now they only see themselves. They see themselves and their inner wounds. They're seeing themselves for the snakes they are, and they're having to sit in it. They're having to sit in the reality, no longer allowed to be in an illusion or believe that they can hide or change their mask. Shapeshifters. King of Wands energy. On the floor, falling. Oh, wow. They're no longer partying. No more party all the time. No more party long time. This may be someone that was a twin flame. Maybe they were supposed to be the yin to your yang. That also is why that mirror card showed up. Someone you were supposed to be in union with. A compliment to you. Not a depletion. Not a mirror of. But their energy matching because they've done the work. A polar opposite, male, feminine. One softer, one a little bit more with the sword. So then the divine feminine can lay their sword down. But it looks like it's about that time because off with their heads. The head of the snake has been struck. They've lost their grasp. They have no tools to use. They're not partying anymore. This Three of Swords, completely heartbroken. Stuck in a prison, self-imprisonment of addictions. Addiction of telling themselves lies. Lies. Lies about their lives. And you said not today because you hold up your boundaries. Boundaries that they want to try to switch around and use that mind slickery. And try to say that we're holding up a grudge, that we're guarded against love. But no, baby, you can't do that. You're that simple-minded, not us. Those boundaries and guards held up against certain energies are for a reason, and they will remain there. They will remain there as you watch through the peephole. Watch on. Because the boundaries may hurt. Because we are avoiding even a conversation. We're not dealing. And no, we're not still upset. But you are. Why? Because your spell work didn't work. Because you couldn't hide your scheming ways, your lying tongue. How you were on your belly. Slithering. Now, because you're aware that we're aware that we're aware that you're aware also. You're not partying, but you're still stuck where you are sitting. Not today, not tomorrow. This Knight of Wands energy wanting to come in and sway you, this community D. They see that you're in paradise because you cut this karmic relationship. The one that's still stalking, spying, wanting to pull and tug at your energy is the one that's sitting in resentment, feeling all the triggers, being forced to gain a new perception of things. The intensity is growing. They're feeling the heat rise around them because you let go. This is leaving them in turmoil that they wish to flee, but they can't. They want to come over here, but they're bound, they're chained, stuck to what they were committed to. They see you in paradise, the rising phoenix, on a new phase, rekindling all that new, because you trusted, you had faith, you had confidence. You didn't let not even a group intimidate you, or groups. They see you renewed. They see you growing. They see how your mind is changed. and how you have risen from the ashes. Because you see the clarity and truth. You've had the revelations. You honor and protect yourself 7 generations. And you are determined. You are the sword and the rose. And they can't do nothing with you. They're trying to hold on to what they have or what they had. This twin flame that sees you evolving and growing onto that next phase, healing your inner child, releasing all the past, metamorphing, not just into a caterpillar to a butterfly, but from that butterfly to an eagle that has risen from those old school, outdated thinking ways of being conditioned, programmed. They're not repeating cycles because they're familiar, staying in a comfort zone of what they've known. This group got in over their heads along with these other energies they were partying with their addictions, wearing their masks, being shady snakes. They want to make a love call and express this to you because they're heartbroken. They are broken, broke, and busted, wanting to call you, wanting to touch the hem of your cloth. I ain't saying you're Jesus, but I'm just saying this is the vibe they giving. There's no love there. You wish them well or whatever they have to come, because the separation is there. You're aware, and so are they if they get too close, because they might just get poked and it might be poisonous. They're stuck with the sadness and bitterness all over them, missing you, reminiscing, stuck in the past, wanting you to go back there with them. The sorrow is the lesson. They must go within and learn from it what they must take. Thinking about you and uncertain of their future. This person and these energies that wanted you to pour into their cups that you are not. Because this is where they're stuck at. In the past. Not gaining new perceptions. Not learning at all. Something just tipped over. Confirmation. They're stuck here. And they're tugging at your energy because they want to meet up and talk. They are savoring those moments, those memories that they are having. They want to build a new friendship. They may even say, let's go and take a vacation together. Oh, hell no. A fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This is someone that wants to come in because they're heartbroken, feeling sad. Someone that wore a mask that you already know as a snake. What do we need to know about these energies? They can't put on a facade. They cannot hide anymore. The mask is off. It is seen what they have shown their appreciation for. They have no appreciation for anything. This is not a divine masculine. This is one in spiritual prison, getting karma. Possible fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Someone that's not partying anymore with their friends. Nope. They can't get a commitment to say they sold. Not from you. and you're not triggered. They can't trigger you. This is pissing them off because they're very much so triggered because they're stuck and very much so want to communicate from you or to you. But they're stuck in their addictions. They need to learn self-love. They need to do the healing. They need to have the awareness of self and their true intentions, how they behave. While you're sitting in paradise, a rising phoenix, they're sitting stuck in the old school wanting to drag you back around fall. Around fall in reverse. I'm picking up they wanted you to fall, but they have fallen. They also did not see what you had sown. They didn't see your roots, how deeply you were rooted in what you were doing. They're going to see this growth and more prosperity of your rising before next fall. This twin flame of yours. Something about the fall. What about the fall? Around fall in reverse. Around winter. Give me this card. Another card on around winter. Children. Responsibilities. They may have gotten someone pregnant that's going to be coming out. This is what I'm getting. Time is going to show something dealing with children, with this sneaky snake. The one that's hiding, the one that's been plotting on social media. Snake again. What do we need to know about the children? The responsibilities. It may be because they reminisce. Something they're not reminiscing. Something that wasn't a good time. Ignore my gut. Some of these are in reverse. Oh, this one is. Oh, just that one. It was in reverse. So maybe the third party is no more. There's no more love triangle. Something dealing with a secret hookup and another woman and someone having a child. That's going on in the background. As you're rising, they're thinking about coming towards you, but one of the secrets they're hiding is that they have a child they had with someone they had a hookup with. Someone that was a third party. Someone of their past. They were still hooking up with someone from their past while they were with you. There's no secret. That is the secret. It's no secret anymore. Around summer, and this is in reverse. That would mean before summer, and it's just before summer. We're going into summer. The secret's out about how they've had a hidden lifestyle, secret lives, secret children, secret lovers. But it's not a secret. What else do we need to know? Holy Spirit Divine, Creator, Ancestors, Master Teacher, Spirit Guides. Ooh, they're in denial about facing the truth. They refuse to give in, and they're being contradictive. Either you or them, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But if this has got to be a karmic. This would be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in their south node. Someone that's not in the upright. Someone that's been a liar, a deceiver, a snake. Someone that has not made the changes. Someone that has not healed. Possibly an air sign is involved. They would also be in the reverse. What about these South Node energies? Because this is what this is all about. These pitiful South Noders that want to come back and act like they want to be the new boo. That's what this is about. Right now, it's heavily been guided and warned that anyone coming back in our energy, showing up, popping up, sending a message, that they on some demon time. Someone that you've been closed off from, and they need you to open the door. They're sitting in a great anxiety. They refuse to give in, but they're dealing with something within that they're not speaking on. They're still holding secrets. They may come in even as a King of Swords, but that would be a King of Swords in reverse that you've closed yourself off to. That is this shift shaper that lacks discipline, that is a liar, and they're not on their precision at all. They have no rhyme or reason. They want you to pour into them. They want their wishes fulfilled. This is what they want. They see you as a queen of coins. Someone that's independent, nurturing, intuitive, and minding their own business. But they're stuck in a 7 of Swords and a 5 of Coins with a lot of burdens. And this is where they're stuck. Because you put your sword up, Queen of Swords. You're actually a Queen of Swords, King of Coins energy at the 10 of Coins. And you're very much stable, resting, watching these fools. That's funny. They are defeated. 5 of Swords. In conflict for being the bully that they were. 5 of Cups. Loss of grief. Loss and grief. Disappointment. That's all they got coming. While they see you headed towards pleasure, not stuck in the past. They had to work in groups. That's the only way they could work. They couldn't make any movements. 3-3 significant. That's what I have for you. Heads up. 3-3 on the clock. Peace.